Wi-Fi right now and virtual classes. We just had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we're good to go. We're very excited for this. We are excited to be offering this OnMill workout live session with Embody Yoga. We only need time during these days to kind of reflect and rejuvenate and kind of just, calm down. So with that being said, I'm going to pass it over to Joanna, and she will lead you through a beautiful class this morning.
Thank you so much, Devin, and thank you all who are watching right now and ready to participate in this practice. My name is Joanna. I'm the owner of Embody Yoga, which is a local yoga business here in Milwaukee that I founded to ensure that we were sharing the practice of yoga with people of color. OnMilworkout invited me to participate in these workouts, and they specifically asked me to kind of address social justice issues. And I received that that invitation because shortly after George Floyd was killed, and there were protests around the nation, and really around the world, I began to offer through Embody Yoga practices to address how people of color were feeling in response to being Black people in the United States of America. So specifically, we addressed the rage that we felt, and also the tiredness, the fatigue, the weariness that came along with all of that. So when I received the invitation to teach and address a social justice issue, I wanted to be sure to create space to address racism and also to kind of talk about and outline what the practice of yoga has to say about all of that, and then to use our practice, including our pranayama or breathing, our physical practice, asana, and even meditation, using all of those things as a form of protest against racism. So I thank you all for being here today. Now, this isn't going to be your average yoga class, and that's not to say because I'm like a great teacher, I'm talking about racism, but admittedly for myself, and I know a lot of other yoga teachers in Milwaukee, we jump into the physical practice or asana right away. And since we're talking about a sensitive subject, racism, I wanted to make sure to carve out a little time to bring in some yogic principles and yoga philosophy to help us better understand where racism comes from, what effects it has on ourselves and others, and then what duty we have as yogis, as practitioners, to kind of fight against that and make sure we're creating to adding to the creation of a better world for all. So when I think about racism and people who are affected by racism, the first thing or image that comes to mind is a hardened or darkened heart, right? And so there's a concept or principle in yoga called avidya. And avidya is incorrect comprehension, false perception, or misapprehension. Essentially, it hinders our ability to see ourselves and to see other people clearly. Now, when we aren't able to see clearly, that results in us making decisions that lead to poor actions, that make life difficult for others and also ourselves. Specifically, it results in this idea or concept of dukkha or suffering, right? For other people and then for ourselves through that creation of a hardened or darkened heart. Now, within this idea of avidya, there's branches, right? So there's ego as mita, ego. I am good. I am a yoga teacher, right? There's also a striving for more than we need, right? A greediness. But then it also specifically talks about, I believe, racism through this idea or third branch of avidya that we call svedsa. And this particular branch is the idea of rejecting or hating things which are unfamiliar. And of course, this idea of hate goes directly against the entire idea of what yoga is. So stepping away from this idea of a video, we can also talk about the yamas, which are the principles. It's one of the branches of the 8 limbs of yoga. The yamas tell us how we should engage with others and the world around us, right? So even the yamas have something to say about racism. The first yama is ahimsa. Ahimsa is the absence of injustice or cruelty. But as yogis, we are required to take that a step further. We are required to be kind, friendly, and considerate of other people. Also, kind of as an aside, the second yama, satya, truthfulness. As yogis, we have an obligation, a duty to speak the truth. We have an obligation to speak out against racism, people in our lives that we know are racist, but to do it in a loving way. So overall, keeping in mind these ideas of the yamas and also avidya, we can rid ourselves of suffering, of an inability to see clearly through the practice of yoga. That's why the practice exists. When we can see clearly, we can become our highest selves, which is ultimately the goal. So specifically today, we're going to be engaging in pranayama, breathing exercises, asana, poses. I'm also going to be encouraging you all to engage in self-study through self-reflection. And if time permits, I'll be leading you through a meditation to cultivate feelings of compassion towards people that we may identify as other, different from ourselves. Before I hop into the practice, one last thought to share with you all. At any time when we think about other people as being different from outside of ourselves, that too goes against the general idea of yoga. Yoga is about union, yoking, coming together. And so when we see people as being outside of ourselves or being other, that very act goes against the general idea or principle of the practice of yoga. Our goal, an additional goal in yoga, is to see ourselves connected to ourselves, to each other, to nature, to the world around us. All right, so that is the little lecture, yoga philosophy on racism. I hope all of that was clear for you all. Now, as we prepare for our physical practice, I want you to make sure you have the things that you need. I have put together a practice that will focus on opening and softening the heart, right? So we can kind of engage in that self-reflection, deal with some of those feelings of hate that we might have explicitly or implicitly. And I wanted to make sure everybody could participate, beginners also. So you'll want to make sure you have yoga blocks. If you don't have blocks at home, you can use tall cans of vegetables that can support your body weight. We use these to bring the floor a little closer to us. I'm also going to encourage you to have a yoga strap or something that can serve as a strap. So you can grab like a tie, a belt from a robe, a jump rope, something like that. And then we'll also be coming into some kneeling postures. So you'll want to grab like a blanket or a pillow off of the couch, just so you have that additional cushioning for the knees. Now, I'm going to go ahead and hop on my mat. You guys have a couple of seconds to grab what you need, and then we're going to go ahead and get started in our practice. We're going to start in a seated position, cross-legged, if that works for your body. All right, yogis, so hopefully you had time to grab what you need. And so as we come into our seat, let's go ahead and rest our hands on our knees, palms down. I want you to make sure that your chin is parallel to the floor, and then you can go ahead and close the eyes. Now, right away, I want you to bring your awareness to your bottom, your seat bones, and your pelvis. And I want you to feel them rooting down into the mat and the floor. We are establishing the base. Now, from that base, I want you to begin to feel length along your spine. So go ahead, sit up nice and tall. Feel the crown of the head floating up towards the ceiling. Now, go ahead, soften the skull, relax the face. Allow your jaw to hang. Feel your shoulders drop away from your ears. And then turn your awareness to your breath. I want you to take a moment to notice how you're breathing. A moment to appreciate the breath. Begin to deepen the breath. Lengthen your inhale and exhale. As you breathe, do your best to breathe into the entire width and length of your torso. And for those of you who practice Ujjayi, begin to cultivate that now by adding a bit of constriction at the back of your throat so that you can hear your own breath. Now, as you continue to breathe, please join me in bringing hands together at the heart. Go ahead, bow the forehead towards the fingertips and take a moment to set an intention for your practice. And I would encourage you to consider setting an intention that would encourage a softening of your heart, an open mind, the ability to engage in self-reflection, also the ability to receive wisdom. And once that intention has been set, you can go ahead and release the hands. We'll come onto hands and knees for tabletop position. Those of you who have sensitive knees, you can use that blanket now so you have that additional cushioning. Now, as you come into tabletop, make sure your shoulders are over the wrists, hips are over the knees, tops of the feet are flat against the mat. On your inhale, draw your belly down towards earth, lift the tailbone high, look forward. And as you exhale, drop the head, drop the tail, round the spine, press earth away. Again, on your inhale, draw belly down, lift the tail, look forward. Exhale, curl and round. Two more. Inhale, draw the belly down, guide heart forward, collarbones wide. Exhale, curl and round. And last round, inhale, draw belly towards earth, lift the tail, gaze forward, nice long arms. Exhale, curl and round. Now on your inhale, return to a neutral spine. Go ahead, grab your blocks or cans of vegetables. Step your right foot forward next to right hand. Now go ahead, curl left toes under, lift your left knee. We're in a lunge position, right knee is over the ankle. Now take an inhale, look forward. Gently press pelvis down and press back through your left heel. As you exhale, straighten your front leg, nudge that right hip back in space, fold to your level. Be gentle, we're not quite warmed up. On your inhale, return to lunge, bend into your right knee, look forward. On your exhale, straighten front leg and fold. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. And last round, inhale, lunge. Exhale, straighten and fold. All right, yogis, inhale back to lunge. Gently step that left knee down. Send the right knee back to meet it. Other side, step your left foot forward. Curl right toes under, lift your right knee. Inhale, look forward. Gently press pelvis down. Press back through right heel. On your exhale, straighten your front leg. Nudge left hip back in space. Fold. Inhale, lunge, bend into the knee, look forward. Exhale, straighten and fold. Inhale. Exhale. And last round, inhale, lunge. Exhale, straighten and fold. All right, yogis, on your inhale, return to lunge. I want you to press off of your right foot, step it forward. Let's take a halfway lift. Go ahead, bring fingertips to shins, find a nice flat back. And on your exhale, fold down to the floor. Relax the neck, let the head hang. Again, on your inhale, lift up halfway, draw shoulders away from the ears. On your exhale, fold. Again, inhale. Exhale. And last round, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. All right, yogis, on your inhale, rise, lift the torso, circle the arms overhead, gaze up, press palms. And on your exhale, pull hands to heart center. All right, yogis, we're going to move into classical Surya Namaskar A. We're going into back bending. So we want to make sure we open up the front line of the body. So you're at the top of your mat, feet are separated hip width distance apart. On your inhale, sweep the arms overhead, look up, press palms. On your exhale, hinge through the hips, bend the knees, fold down, forward fold. On your inhale, take that halfway lift. And on your exhale, plant hands to blocks or the floor. Take a big step back with your right foot. Now go ahead, drop right knee down. On your inhale, lift the torso, lift the arms, gaze up, press the palms. And on your exhale, bring hands to earth, move blocks out of the way. Go ahead, lift your right knee, send your left foot back to plank. Newbies, drop your knees to earth. On your inhale, look forward. And on your exhale, lower, come down. On your inhale, lift the chin, lift the shoulders, lift the chest. On your exhale, release. Press up to tabletop, hands and knees, or level 2, 3, curl the toes under, lift the knees, press the hips back, coming into downward facing dog. We'll take a few rounds of breath here. Relax the neck, let the head hang. Spread the fingers wide, actively press the mat and the floor away. All right, yogis, go ahead, step your right foot forward next to right thumb. Drop your left knee down. On your inhale, lift the torso, lift the arms, press palms, gaze up. On your exhale, hands to blocks or earth, lift your left knee. Now take an inhale, look forward, and as you exhale, step the left foot forward, go ahead, fold down. On your inhale, rise, come up, sweep the arms high, press palms. Exhale, hands to heart center. Again, inhale, sweep the arms up, gaze up. On your exhale, hinge and fold, come all the way down, deep fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to blocks or earth. Step the right foot back, drop your knee. Inhale, lift the torso, lift the arms. Now press the palms, gaze up, but ensure that you're also sending the pelvis forward and down towards the top line of your mat. On your exhale, hands to earth, lift the right knee, step left foot back. Newbies, drop knees. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale to cobra, lift the heart, level 2, 3. If you're ready for an up dog, stand on the hands, straighten the arms, lift the thighs. Everyone on your exhale, shift up and back, active tabletop or downward facing dog. Breathe. Smooth inhales and exhales through the nose, mouth is closed. All right, yogi, step your right foot forward. Drop your left knee. Inhale, lift the torso, lift the arms, press palms, gaze up. Check in with pelvis, send it forward and down. As you exhale, hands to blocks or earth, lift your left knee. Inhale, look forward. And as you exhale, step the foot forward. Go ahead, fold down. Inhale, rise, come on up, lift the heart, anchor tailbone down. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last round, inhale, sweep the arms up, take up space. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. On your exhale, step the right foot back, drop right knee. Now really shift the pelvis forward and down here. Inhale, lift the torso, lift the arms. Think about taking a mini back bend. Lift up and out of the pelvis. Draw navel and heart up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, hands down. Step left foot back. Move through your Vinyasa. I'll demo for newbies. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. Lift the chest, shoulders back. Exhale, release. Press up and back, tabletop or down dog. Yogi, step the right foot forward. Drop left knee down. Inhale, lift the torso, lift the arms, press the palms, think back bend. On your exhale, hands down, lift left knee. Inhale, look forward. And as you exhale, step the left foot forward, fold down, deep fold. Inhale, rise, big arms, lift the heart, tailbone down. Exhale, hands to heart center. Nice, yogis. Now we're going to move into a forward fold. We're also going to open up the shoulders. So go ahead, interlace the fingers behind the back. Feet are separated, hip width distance apart. On your inhale, draw the heart up, gaze up. And on your exhale, hinge from the hips, bend the knees, fold. Now, let the head hang. I want you to trust your feet, trust your legs. Shift a little weight forward towards ball mounts and toes. Now, newbies, you might let that fist rest on low back a little bit. If you're able, see if you can draw knuckles up towards the ceiling. We're going to hang out here and breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully release that fist to low back and then bring hands to blocks or earth. I want you to take a big step back with your left foot. Now we're coming into a lunge position again. Plant your left hand down. On your inhale, sweep your right arm up towards the ceiling. Gaze will follow right thumb. As you exhale, go ahead, sweep that right arm under right thigh. Again, inhale, sweep right arm up, begin to rotate through spine, twist. And as you exhale, flow the arm down. 2 more. Inhale, open up, reach through fingertips. Exhale, release. Last round. Inhale, sweep that arm up and then pause. Really spin navel and heart up towards the ceiling. Now, level 2, 3. Feel free to turn that right thumb to face the wall behind you. Bend right elbow. Take a half bind. Wherever you are, continue to rotate through spine. Gaze up. Hug that right knee in towards center line. Activate back leg. Let me see that left hamstring lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, release right hand down. Drop your left knee down. Now, notice my pelvis. Send yours forward and down. On your inhale, lift the torso, lift the arms. I know we've been here before, opening up front body, left hip flexor, but we're going to add on. As you exhale, interlace fingers behind the back. Now, you'll need to press that left shin bone, top of the foot down. On your inhale, lift the gaze, lift the heart. Allow yourself to be open here, vulnerable. Back of the neck is long. Breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, release. Hands to blocks or floor. Half splits, a little bit of a break. Shift your hips back. Wiggle your right heel forward until your right leg is straight, toes point up. Now take an inhale, heart forward. Nudge that right hip back in space. On your exhale, fold to your level. So not to the point that that leg is shaking. We don't want the body to reject the pose. Find a comfortable stretch. Hold and breathe. Deep inhales and exhales through the nose. All right, yogis, on your inhale, lift your torso. Coming back to our lunge position, setting up for crescent. So go ahead and lift your left knee and then widen the stance of the feet on your mat. That's going to help you balance here. Now, on your inhale, lift your torso, lift your arms. Now, yogis, I want you to bend a little bit into that left knee. Anchor tailbone down. And then go ahead, press back through left heel. Now, triceps are by the ears. I want to see you spread the fingers wide. Give me an inhale. And as you exhale, straighten your front leg. This takes balance and focus. Release the arms down. Again, inhale into crescent. Lift the arms. Exhale, straighten the leg. Arms down. Inhale. Exhale. And last round, inhale and exhale. All right, here's the challenge. Inhale back to crescent. As you exhale, interlace fingers behind the back. Inhale, lift the heart, gaze up. Newbies, if this is too much for right thigh, you can drop the knee down. Everyone hold and breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands down. Step back to plank. Take your vinyasa. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, up and back. Tabletop or down dog. Breathe. Cultivating heat in the body. Using the breath to stay focused, to stay present in the body, in the practice. All right, when you're ready, step or jump the feet to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, deep fold. Inhale, rise, gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Same flow, other side. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. On your exhale, bring hands to blocks or the floor. Take a big step back with your right foot now. Moving into our twist. Plant your right hand down. On your inhale, sweep left arm high. Gaze will follow the thumb. As you exhale, go ahead, flow that arm down underneath left thigh, kind of curling in here. Again, on your inhale, sweep that left arm high, rotate through spine, gaze up. Exhale, release the arm down. 2 more. Breathe. Inhale, left arm high. Exhale, release. Last one. Inhale, sweep that left arm high. Now we hold here, spinning the navel and the heart up towards the ceiling. Level 2, 3, you can move into that half bind. Active in the legs, hug left knee in. Let me see that right hamstring lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, release left hand down. Drop your right knee, pelvis forward and down. On your inhale, lift the torso, lift the arms. As you exhale, interlace fingers behind the back. Steady yourself by pressing right shin, top of right foot down. On your inhale, open up, lift the heart. So really imagine lifting up and out of the pelvis. If there was a string attached to the navel and heart, we are drawing both up towards the ceiling. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, bring hands to the floor. Half split, shift the hips back, wiggle left heel forward, toes point up. Inhale, heart forward, nudge left hip back. Exhale, fold to your level. Hold and breathe. All right, yogis, on your inhale, lift the torso. Making our way back to lunge. Go ahead, lift your right knee, widen the stance of the feet. On your inhale, lift the torso, lift the arms. Take your time here. Now, go ahead, give me a slight bend in right knee. Bring the pelvis neutral, maybe anchor tailbone down, and then press back through right heel. Arms up, active hands. Spread the fingers wide. Now, give me an inhale. As you exhale, straighten left leg, flow arms down. Inhale, back to crescent, work depth. Exhale, straighten the leg, arms down. Just 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. And last round, inhale, crescent. Exhale, straighten, and release arms down. All right, ladies, on your inhale, we're returning back to crescent, arms up. As you exhale, interlace fingers behind the back. Remember, newbies, you can drop that right knee down here if needed. On your inhale, go ahead, lift the heart, open up, draw shoulders back. Back of the neck is long, looking up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, release hands down. Step back to plank. Take your vinyasa. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Big heart, shoulders back. Exhale, release. Press up and back. Downward facing dog. Few rounds of breath. You can certainly be in your tabletop position here as well, especially if the arms, shoulders are feeling fatigued. All right, yogis, on your inhale, go ahead, shift forward to plank. On your exhale, lower, come all the way down. So now we're going to work a deeper stretch into the shoulders in preparation for dancer pose. So go ahead, bring the arms out to the side like the letter T. Now I want you to look towards your left hand. Make sure your left wrist is in line with your left shoulder. That's very important for the stretch. Now rest your chin down. Bend your right elbow, plant right hand underneath right shoulder. Go ahead, roll onto the left side of your body. You can rest the head down to a block, to a pillow, to your mat. We are stacking the hips, stacking the legs, ankles, and feet. Breathe into left shoulder. Using the breath to create space. Give me one more inhale in. And on your exhale, go ahead, release, carefully return to the belly. Now we're going to stretch into our right quad. We also need that for dancer pose. So here's a good place to grab that strap, especially if you can't reach the hand back and grab the ankle or the top of the foot. So you will kind of just loop the strap around your right ankle. Now everyone, chin is down or forehead down, extending that left arm forward. Those of you using the strap, gently pull to draw the heel in and down towards the glute. Those of you who don't need the strap, you're grabbing a hold of the foot or ankle. See if you can draw right elbow up towards the ceiling. Now, just to add a little bit more to this, I want you to gently press that right thigh down into the mat and then feel as though you're shifting that right kneecap back in space. That's going to intensify this stretch just a bit for us. Breathe. One more inhale in. And on your exhale, carefully release. Again, bring the arms out to the sides. Now we're going to plant left hand underneath left shoulder, bend the elbow. Right wrist is in line with the shoulder. Go ahead, roll onto the right side of the body. Head is down. Stack the hips, stack the legs, stack the feet. Breathe. One more inhale in. And on your exhale, go ahead, release, carefully roll onto the belly. All right, yogis, we're going to bring that right hand, arm forward. Go ahead, bend your left knee, grab left ankle or top of the foot. Use your strap here if needed. Rest the chin or the forehead down. Press left thigh bone down. Energetically shift left knee back into space behind you. One more inhale in. And on your exhale, carefully release. All right, yogis, go ahead, press yourself up to tabletop. And then we're going to stand on the knees. So we're coming to a kneeling position. I want to sneak in a little camel for us just to further open front line, hip flexors, and also work a little back bend before we come into dancer pose. So I want you to make sure the knees are underneath the hips. You can curl the toes under if you would like, or tops of the feet can be flat. Now, we're going to bring hands to low back. So fingertips can point down or up towards the shoulder blades, scapula, whatever's most comfortable for you. Now, the elbows may want to flare out. I want you to draw them in towards each other slightly. Now, using the heel of the palm, anchor tailbone down. Begin to press the pelvis forward. All right, I've been saying this all practice. Lift up and out of the pelvis. Draw navel and heart up towards the ceiling. So, level 1, newbies, you stay here. Gaze up. Back of the neck is long. Level 2, 3, maybe you can bring hands down to blocks. Maybe you can bring hands to heels. Wherever you are, press that pelvis forward. Lift navel and the heart. Everyone, hold and breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully bring yourself back up. Let's take a quick child's pose. Bring the knees together. If you need a little space for the belly, spread the knees wide. Sit back. Arms can stretch forward. Arms can be back by the sides, palms up. Rest your forehead down to a block, pillow, or your mat. Allow yourself to soften here. Feel heart melting down towards earth. All right, yogis, when you're ready, meet me back in tabletop or down dog. And on an inhale, walk or jump the feet to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, come on up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, so we've approached our peak. We are ready for our peak pose, dancer pose. Newbies, those who have difficulty grabbing the ankle, you might want to make sure you have your strap in hand. So we're going to come into our standing position, right? Top of the mat, Tadasana, feet are separated, hip width distance apart. Now, we're going to bring that strap, if we're using it, into our right hand. Let the loop hang down towards the floor. Now, I want you to shift away into your left foot. Get really light on right toes. Now, we're going to hook the ankle into the loop of the strap. Now, level 2, 3. If you don't need the strap, we are grabbing the ankle or the top of the foot. Everybody, shine the kneecap down towards earth. Press that right thigh bone back in space. Now, begin to kick your foot or the front of that ankle into your hand or into your strap, drawing the heel away from the body. Now, level 1, you stay here, work the balance. Level 2, 3, go ahead, lift your left arm. Continue to kick the foot into the hand. Begin to bring the torso forward. Now think about that back bend in the spine. Continue to kick foot into hand. Balance. Breathe. And on your inhale, release. Shake it out. And now we're going to take that on the other side. Here's a tip. In yoga, we talk about a drishti or focal point. Find something to stare at that's not moving. That's going to help you balance here. So now, if you're using your strap, bring it into the left hand. Shift away into your right foot. Step your left foot in. Loop the ankle in the strap or grab the ankle or the top of the foot. Now again, shine kneecap down. Press left thigh bone back in space. Send left heel away from left glute. Level 1, work dristy, work balance. Level 2, 3, right arm up. Continue to kick foot into the hand. Think back bend, think camel. Begin to bring torso forward. Hold and breathe. Keep kicking. It'll help you balance. And on your inhale, go ahead, rise. Exhale, release. Good job, yogis. All right, we're coming down to the floor. On your inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. On your exhale, plant the palms, step or jump your feet back to plank. Move through your vinyasa. Meet in a tabletop or down dog. We're going to make our way to seated. So you can drop the knees, sit down, or you can jump through to a seated position for level 2, 3. So coming down, we're going to make our way onto the back. Go ahead, lie down. So we're bending the knees, feet are separated, hip width distance apart. Arms are down by the sides, palms press into the mat or the floor. Now, press the feet down. On your inhale, lift your pelvis up. Now, we're not just activating the quads here. I want you to also use your hamstrings, use the glutes. Feel the chest working towards the chin. Keep lifting and breathing. Give me one more inhale. And on your exhale, release. Go ahead, roll down one vertebrae at a time. Pause. All right, yogis, round 2. This time, I want you to kind of curl the pubic bone up towards the heart so you feel low back press into the floor. Press the feet down, lift the pelvis. If you are able, I want you to interlace the fingers underneath you, making a fist. Press that fist down. Gaze is up. Legs are active, front and back. Knees tracking with the toes. One more inhale. Exhale, release. Roll down. All right, yogis, we're going to do one last back bend. So another round of bridge or level 2, 3. If you have a wheel in your practice, you can take a wheel. I'm going to be demonstrating that for you. For all of us, this is going to be a shorter hold. We're going to do 5 rounds of breath and then come down. Those of you taking wheel, go ahead, plant the hands behind the shoulders, fingertips point towards the shoulders, hug the elbows in, press the heel of the palm down. Now, press into the feet, lift the pelvis. Bridges, you are here, just with arms down, maybe fingers interlace. Wheels, we're going to use a little bit of momentum, some strength. Go ahead, press the feet down, press the hands down, straighten the arms, lift yourself up. And holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wheels, tuck chin to chest. Go ahead, roll down. Everybody coming down. Bring the knees into the chest. Lift the head and the shoulders. Try to kiss the knees, curl in. Engaging the core a little bit here just to counter that back bend, all the opening we've been doing during our practice. One more inhale. Exhale, release. All right, yogis, roll to your right side. Come up to seated. Just a couple of stretches. And then we can move into meditation. So bend your right knee, step your right foot onto the mat, flex the left ankle, toes point up. Now right hand will come behind you for support. Grab right knee with left hand. Level 2, 3, you can take a deeper variation if you would like. Take an inhale, lengthen spine. And exhale, twist to your right, look over your right shoulder. So yogis, this is a living pose. We're not static here, we're not holding the breath. We use every inhale to lengthen the spine, every exhale to twist a little deeper. One more inhale in. On your exhale, release. Go ahead, extend your right foot forward, other side. Bend your left knee, step the foot onto the mat, left hand comes behind you. Don't forget that right ankle, flex it, toes point up. Hold on to left knee with right hand. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist to the left, look over left shoulder. Breathe. Even with the belly compressed. Deep inhales and exhales through the nose. One more inhale. And on your exhale, release. Send that left foot forward. All right, yogis, we're going to take Baddha Konasana. So bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees open wide. We haven't done really any external rotation in this practice, so I'm throwing this in just as a counter. Go ahead, grab your ankle, shins, or interlace fingers around the toes. On your inhale, sit up tall. On your exhale, fold to your level. Feel free to close the eyes. Drawing awareness in. All right, yogis, on your inhale, rise. As you exhale, close the knees, extend the legs long. Flex the ankles, toes point up. On your inhale, lift the arms, reach up. On your exhale, hands from the hips, fold down to your level. On your inhale, lift the gaze. And as you exhale, slide the hands back. All right, yogis, I want you to come into a cross-leg position if that works for your body. If you have issues with the hips or the knees, you can most certainly extend the legs forward. They can be together or separated. I'm going to take a few moments in meditation. So I want you to rest the hands on the knees. Palms can be down or up. Palms down, give us a sense of grounding. Palms up, open us up to receive. Chin is parallel to the floor. Close your eyes. And bring awareness back to breath. Taking a moment to just appreciate and sit with the breath. Let the breath be deep and full. Now, just for a moment, I want you to reflect on your practice. And not necessarily how you performed or perfected asana, but instead on the mental spiritual, emotional, energetic impact of the practice. Our running theme was softening or lightening the heart, self-reflection, opening ourselves up to be vulnerable. So please reflect on how you experience those aspects of the practice. Reflect on anything that you may have learned about yourself through this practice. Now, this may be uncomfortable, but I encourage you to think about the ways in which in your life you may have created distance between yourself and others, those who you believe to be fundamentally different from you. This can be as a result of race, country of origin, sexual identity, orientation, gender identity. Think about the ways in which you have not been able to see others clearly. Inability to see others clearly as a result of implicit bias. And even consider the ways in which you have not seen yourself clearly, perhaps in believing yourself to be superior. How have you perhaps used the privilege that comes with any of your identities in ways that may have harmed others from underrepresented groups? Now, yogis, draw awareness to your heart space, heart center, and take a moment to notice how you feel there, either literally, physically, or emotionally, energetically. And now a meditation practice to help us cultivate feelings of compassion to those we have identified as other. So in your mind's eye, I want you to call to mind maybe a friend, a loved one, somebody that you know or respect that may be different from you in some salient way, race, in gender identity, sexual orientation. I want you to see that person in your mind's eye. Now send a wish for their physical safety. Wish that no harm come their way. That they move move through life without barriers, without being hindered. Now send a wish for their physical well-being. This is different, right? So their health. But they have the full use of their body. Now send them a wish for their mental or emotional well-being, that they be happy, free of worry, anxiety, or depression. And finally, wish them a life of ease, a happy life. Now, letting the image of that person go, I want you to call to mind a neutral person. Again, someone who does not share an identity with you, different from you in race, gender identity, sexual orientation. This is not a friend or a loved one. Maybe this is somebody that you work with, that you see in passing, that you see at the store when you're running errands. Now see that person clearly in your mind's eye. Now send a wish for their physical safety. Send a wish for their physical well-being. Send a wish for their mental and emotional well-being. And now wish them a life of ease. Letting the image of that person go, I want you to call to mind the image of somebody that you maybe don't like very much. Maybe an enemy. Again, someone of a different racial, ethnic background than you. Someone of a different gender identity or sexual orientation. And if you can't call to mind a specific person, we can let our minds rest with just the general ideas around identity. If you have a person in mind, I want you to send a wish for their physical safety. If you're working with a general idea around an identity, send a wish to that particular community for their physical safety. Now send a wish for their physical well-being. Send a wish for their mental, emotional well-being. And finally, wish them a life of ease. And now in your mind's eye, see yourself as you are, perfectly imperfect, flawed being, striving to be more, to be better. Send a wish for your own physical safety. Send a wish for your physical well-being. Send a wish for your mental and emotional well-being. And finally, wish yourself a life of ease. Now let the image of yourself go and take a moment to rest in your heart space. This is how you feel there now. As you do so, begin to deepen your breath. Breathing into heart space, heart center. Softening, opening, allowing light to come in. All right, yogis, let's bring the hands together at the heart, bow the forehead towards the fingertips. We set a new intention now. And let that intention be how you plan to engage with others and the world around you in a way that is more loving, more kind. A way in which you can see yourself interconnected with others, even if you believe them to be different from you. Yogis, I thank you for bearing with us this morning through technical difficulties. I thank you for sharing in this practice. I thank you for your open minds and hearts. The light in me sees, honors, and respects the light that resides in each of you. From my heart to yours. Namaste. Thank you so much, yogis. My information has been going across the screen. I wanted to take a quick moment to share information about a new venture that I've started. I have started an aspiring Black Yoga Teachers Education Fund. And so what I'm hoping to do is to be able to send 3 Black yoga teachers in the city of Milwaukee through a quality yoga teacher training program in the city. And my hope is that those individuals who are awarded or receive those scholarships will then go out and serve the community. I think we all know that there is a diversity in the field of yoga in general, but also in the city of Milwaukee. And I think representation is important. And so I want to create opportunities for others to become yoga teachers and to serve. However, for a lot of people, yoga teacher training is relatively expensive, and that creates a barrier to the field for a lot of people of color, aspiring Black yoga teachers specifically. So on the screen, I have information about how you can make a donation. If you are interested in doing so, any amount can help. So far, we have raised $4,000, just about maybe a little bit more than that. And my goal for this fund for this year is $10,000. Again, any amount that is on your heart to donate is greatly appreciated. If you would like to donate via PayPal, that information is on the screen. It is my email address, joanna@embodyyogandke.com. You can also use that email address to reach out to me if there's anything you want to share as a result of this practice, or if you have any questions for me. If you prefer to make a donation via Venmo, you can find me on Venmo at Joanna Brooks, BROOKS 06. Again, that is Joanna Brooks 06. I want to, again, thank you all for practicing with me. I thank On Milwaukee for inviting me to share with you all. I really hope that this served you well. I see the comments coming in, and they are really making me smile. I appreciate you all so much. Now, I'm not sure if On Milwaukee is going to come back in and share any closing words. But if not, I want to just quickly encourage you all. We did not do a Shavasana or a rest in our practice intentionally. If you have a few moments, I encourage you to lay on the floor, on your mat, on the couch, with your eyes closed, body soft for 5 to 7 minutes, just to allow the body to come down and kind of reap and incorporate the benefits of the physical practice. My information is on the screen if you want to connect with me on social media. We are on Instagram as Embody Yoga MKE. Same thing for Facebook as well. Thank you all so much.